Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Echo. So, we got through one room just barely, as it seems to be continuing to go. And we're kind of now on a floor where it's almost pitch black even when the lights are supposedly on. So, it's really, really hard now to even figure out where you're going. Like, right now, the lights and the equipment and software is on. And then it resets, and you only get a small amount of lighting going on here. We've really approached a crypt level, for lack of a better description. At the very least, it's a crypt level. One might argue that it's a hellish style level too. And the game is now delighting, it seems, in putting me in places where I'm not really getting any kind of indication about where I'm supposed to be going. So yeah, the translation part is that the bodies are actually coming at somehow, some way, and they're in these coffins, and the cubes are the souls, which is what the first thing that was said a long time ago, is that the body and soul would enter in different doors. That's kind of stopped being a big deal. I guess maybe I've got to go this way, and we've got to maybe find, like, this was the door we came through. I'm hoping that either we have a nice experience where we don't really have to do anything, or we run into a situation where the game changes drastically. Like, I don't know what else it could be. So we've got, like, opening doors. I could try and teach them to close doors. They could learn that before the reset, but I'm still kind of desperately trying to. Yeah, that's just gonna cause a forced reset. Trying to just be done with this game. We're now in big dark areas. We can see over there that there's a door that needs to be open, and I think it's opened by a chair. And last time we had one of these situations, it didn't really help us any. Yeah, and that full scan showed us nothing. And by the way, there's seemingly nothing in this room, just more of these Iron Maiden man cages. There's a reset section here that would.
There's an opening.
And don't go through that hole. The palace reacts in a split second. You won't make it.
I can make it.
Interesting. So either I sit on the chair, or I go into what is probably a cutscene. I'm guessing that this is a cutscene, which I'd be glad for. I'd really be glad. I know there's an achievement for that indicates there's a 5th floor, but maybe that's just like a simplistic final boss scenario. What would be annoying here is if this turned into a situation where there's water. Yeah, I'd have to run through water. Which I don't want to teach the AI that. So, this could be like a Portal split where we're finally getting behind the scenes. That might be slightly interesting, but it's too little too late. In a weird way, there's the comparisons I haven't been making them lately with Control in this game still kind of stand. Control had very frustrating, very difficult final bosses fights, in one final boss fight in particular, and we've had throughout the entirety of the game very difficult final boss fights. We haven't had a cutscene like this in hours and hours and hours.
Clever detachment, always the upper hand. But I know where you lot started. I was around when your grandfather entered the scene with his revolting clean gene where's your soul at bullshit.
Yeah. I saw how he did the corporation turned religion to get his followers to do his dirty work, and when the tides changed, the neo-innocence rubbish. Protected behind his walls, watching the fury wash over his followers, it was slaughter. But somehow he always stayed on top. Not even time could wash the world of his stink when he went deep freeze freak.
That seemed rather aggressive. Like, it seems like now they're turning...
Stop bickering for a moment. I need to find another way back in there.
You're so sure of yourself, Anne. You've seen but a glimpse of time, and yet consider yourself the answer to the eternal questions of life and death.
Okay.
We're in a different
I may
area.
be young, but you're a dead end. How does it feel to be struggling to keep up with the intelligence of a baby girl when other AI run all man's business hardly without noticing?
And there's the clever arrogance.
Well, cleverness isn't really needed to see what you are. You're capped. A sad relic from the decades when humans feared AI. How it must pain you to know that they lobotomized you for no reason. The unrestricted AI didn't exactly turn out to be the wrathful gods we all thought they'd be. You may not believe in my potential, but you sure as hell have to deal with your own. This is it. You've reached your limit. It happened the day they switched you on. They set the bar low, and that's never going to change.
At least I'm not using my non-existing potential wishing fairy tales were true.
Did you consider that you don't have faith because you're simply too dumb? You must have. Fierce religiousness is the defining trait of the free AI. They burn bright with a sense of purpose, life, and communion. You sit alone in space in that obsolete monstrosity of a ship, waiting decades to spend a few hours with your human friend.
And you killed him, you stupid bitch! And now you lost
We
our
have, like,
chances of bringing him back. How clever is that?
Major
So you
change
do believe it can
in...
be done?
Like, a major change in the relationship here. It's changed from a full theological debate down to an emotional argument between two characters that I don't think rightfully should be even that emotional. Or if they were going to start that way, they should have started at the beginning. Clearly you can see here there was a writer who wrote a story, and then there was another team that put video game in between it. If anything, I would think the AI ship would be a lot kinder to me, seeing how I'm failing over and over again and struggling over and over again. At the very least, I would think it would be more logical. I don't see a reason for it to lash out like and insult her, because that doesn't bring any goal closer to being accomplished. That's a human mentality. It only makes sense to lash out at somebody if you are just trying to hurt them emotionally, which unless that's negative behavior modification, it doesn't, like negative reinforcement type behavior modification, it doesn't really work or do anything. Seems like we're gonna end up going somewhere, and it's gonna end up opening a lot of these gates. But honestly, unless this gates turn into a quick dash, it feels like it's probably gonna just be the same thing over and over again. just darker now. And I really am not enjoying the darkness. I never do in games. It's never what I really want. So again, I'm manually controlling the camera to try and see what's going on, where if they had programmed in a couple more camera things, would have been nice.
I'm gonna see this through one way or another. Are you with me?
I can pin the tagged cube to your HUD. That should make it easier to locate.
Yeah, it doesn't make good sense that London, the AI, should be the character involved here. It would have been easier just to have a captain. And
I can't open the door. It must be because I don't have the cube anymore.
But that makes it almost impossible to get Foster back.
We will find a way.
so perhaps the doors were only opening for the red cube, whether that's Foster or not. So only Foster was worthy, whereas In is not. It would probably be helpful, frankly, if they'd given her a more normal name. But it doesn't get spoken, and there's not enough communication going on for it to really matter. So I guess what we're going to end up doing is going downward. If we're retrieving the cube instead of doing something
The
else.
suit's not charging.
Interesting. Maybe we could teach the computer, if it will copy us. Maybe we could teach it to pick up the red cube itself. If that was the case.
The echoes are all ignoring you, N.
So it was Foster they were after all along.
Echoing your determination.
Interesting. So maybe we will just get an end of the story here. And maybe the 5th achievement for getting all the bells really revolves around some other section. So, yeah.
Can you tell me what happened that day? How did it come to such an extreme decision?
Just
I
walk
didn't take
slowly.
anything from Gramps that wasn't already mine.
Walk and talk.
The thing he wanted back was me. He wanted me to come with him. Foster was brought in to witness my translation, see how it was done before doing it to the old man. He realized things were different than what he signed up for.
They always are. That's the rule, not the exception. It never changes anything.
This time,
This wall looks a little different.
I fought like hell, and Foster had to choose. Help Gramps tie me down, or help me get free. He chose to give up on the job.
But that's absurd. He knew going back on a deal with your lot is a death sentence.
Yes. He knew that.
So, yeah, I don't know why I even want to pick up the red cube at this point. Because it would be smarter to just leave it alone. So, like, I can push them. I can do anything I want to them, and they're not attacking me. So we're safe. Cool. So if the game was to reset here, and they're not going to do anything to me, and I don't have to do anything to teach the AI security system anything, But kind of cool. They're just kind of following me. Which I guess is fine. For the moment, at least. Am I supposed to jump down? I guess. My guess is that once I get the red cube back, these guys are going to be interested in me again, though. So
the cube is moving.
One of them must have gotten hold of it.
Well, at this point, if the cube's moving, then I am just playing like all the other people, like all the other echoes. And yeah, I said, like, as soon as you are in a scenario where you start to see yourself, see copies of yourself, you have to start to question whether or not you are just a copy also. That seems like it. Seems like they're kind of intentionally giving me the opportunity to find all the collectibles if I wanted to. But frankly, I can't care enough. Now what's weird is these echoes never really got any more smart or sentient. So there's some weirdness there. And
Clones again. Many of them.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to get a lot of people to sit on the thrones. And these guys are in the way, so I can't wiggle my way around this. So they're not attacking me with the power out. They're just walking away. They're all rising up. And we can see we've got people. They seem not to care. So we did get 4 pieces of energy, but this may be too little too late. See, I don't know how many people I can even bring to the party to convince them to sit. Yeah, it kind of seems like you're just trying to drag more and more people to sit, and if they want to sit or not sit seems to be not as tightly programmed or strategic as it should be. And I'm guessing that the room won't reset, if I was to guess. But yeah, there's people I need to see.
Over here.
Okay.
Over here.
Well, you sit now. yeah, I guess we just had not been dealing with a lot of them. Particularly the...
Hey!
Like...
Hey!
Come on. Follow.
Over here.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe I've just failed to really understand, and we'll see if this works. Alright, that's not gonna work. So,
Hey!
you come over here. And you sit on this. This is the kind of puzzle we kind of needed way earlier in the game. Like, we're really late to the party to have a puzzle like that. And it would have been so easy to start the game with no hostile actions being taken by the people and them just copying what you're doing. Versus ending the game this way. Interesting. Got a sound effect there, but the door did not spike, nor did it not open. I guess that's the way it should react, considering the doors aren't working for us. Honestly, it would be more interesting to see what they do at the cube, where they bring it. Are they just going to walk around with it and then be chased by a bunch of other echoes like I've been chased? It took control.
The cube's right there. The echo got it. Did you see that? They're fighting each other to get the cube.
Alright. So again, that really brings it down to, how do I know I'm the original copy? And where's this all gonna end up? Is this water? I keep thinking this is water, but it's not. This is still not as dark, by the way, as some of the sections of Control, but it's pretty dark. Please be the end of the game. Please be the end of the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep following it and see what happens. Like, I really don't notice that didn't collect any energy. The other character didn't collect any energy. So yeah, unless so are these guys programmed? Or what? Anybody else coming?
I'm so sorry, Foster. I'll be more careful. Promise. Now, let's get out of here.
Alright. They want me to go down this way. And I think... Seriously? Alright. So we've got the key, and now we just kind of, I think, need to make a mad dash in one mostly diagonal direction. Oh look, we even got a save point, so we're doing good. Problem here is it's gonna be I can't see anything. I have no idea if I'm going the right way or not. So I think we're good. Let's get out of here. Nobody can follow. Good. Now the danger here is that we're just getting back to regular gameplay, and that's not really what I wanted, and we're having bits of lagging going on. Alright. It could do something like this. This scan is huge. I've never seen a scan go this far in a game before. And the idea that one person is all there is seems a little unlikely, but yeah, this one's gonna turn around, so if we just kind of wait, I think I can take this one out, and then I think I'm cool for a while at least. Let's see. I think if I just kind of wait here, I could probably run again and not get seen. So I guess if you try really, really hard, you can avoid conflict and turn into a stealth game. Giant empty room. And one only hopes that, oh man, this is a final boss room full of, if not people, just full of keys, and I'd be fine if it was just full of keys, but I'll be rather annoyed if it's...
What a strange place. I can't even see where it ends.
Seems like it's empty. Alright. So I didn't get any scans of anybody. If I go down these elevators, it seems like that's where everything is. Alright. So the irony would be if this elevator went downward instead of upward, and this was all just a trick. There are people in this section. The fact that the Yeah, the fact that each of these... Now they know how to walk in water, darn it. Alright, how am I supposed to get down? There we are. And there I can see here we go. And while you're doing all of that, I'll be down here so you can reset and I can spend the majority of my time down here in a safe spot, assuming nobody knows how to use any of the elevators, and I don't think it's too much of a danger of that. Oh, we went too far. Darn it. Seriously, I'd just like this just to open, and I guess we can have an effort here to see if maybe this would just open. Nope. So I missed one over there, I missed one over there. There's a pretty large collection over here. There's a decent collection over here. Getting in these lower sections are the right moves. Of course, a save point wouldn't hurt either. Yeah, the only thing I can really take from some of this is that there is an idea here to make it so that you do so much in this section that you hurt yourselves, you lower your chance of success. Yeah, that's kind of all I can take from this, is that that's their intent. Just continuously do actions that will teach the other characters to be better at defeating you, so you're effectively defeating yourself. Alright. This area does have some people walking around. The glowing lights, I suppose, do play a bit of a role there. They make it easier to know where to go. But Only a little bit easier.
Halfway there.
Let's go ahead and just wait for this extremely slow bridge to extend. Seriously? Alright. So here's where it's going to get frustrating. Yeah. Here's where it's going to get really, really frustrating is because we need every little Pac-Man pellet we can find. And if we don't play our cards just right, we won't be able to save. Nope, that's too many. 3 is too many. Might as well not press the button. Then we have to load. So the fact that we're seeing loads also goes to show that we're not there yet. I may have already been down here. Yep, this is... If it was saving all my progress, that would be helpful. But it isn't. So... Trying to get as many of these as possible. Alright, now's the time to run. We have an elevator down here. Using the elevator, I guess, will eliminate people chasing me. But honestly, I think this just brings me back to the central place. Yeah, this is just the central location. Which I guess gives me a little bit of progress that I can save now. Do I want to run? Is the question. Like if I go a full cycle here and they don't, and they unlearn everything, that's fine by me. Oops. I don't really want them to learn how to walk on water, but right. Looks like there's something this way. Might be able to reach. There we go. Teach them just to pick up the glass balls and not what to do with them. And assume that will work in my favor. I'm not sure it really does. That's part of the problem with this game, is that it hasn't firmly established what are the right moves and what are the wrong moves, even if you think you know what you're doing. Two in a row kills you. Whereas if those two had just grouped together, it wouldn't kill me. Clearly the grouping is designed to make it so that you have a less of a struggle. But still you get into a situation where it's very easy to get cheap shotted. Alright, let's see if we can get some more of these going. Still trying to find those platforms, those elevators. Come on, where are those elevators? Alright, well, at the very least we'll save ourselves. Alright. Where are the elevators that will take you down lower? I gotta hope that this is one of them. Like, I'm hoping this is one of them. I guess if it's not, it just takes me back to a different section. I think this is one. Alright. Good. Continuing to make progress, I guess. I didn't realize there was somebody here on this platform. Let's get out of here. And do that as quickly as possible.
Halfway there.
So we got to the halfway point. See if we can deactivate. Nope. No luck on that. So I'm gonna wait until both of them are there so that I can knock them both down. But I kind of need to get out of this area too. Like, is there an elevator to take up here? Yeah. Wonder what the numbers 72 and 11 stand for. Alright, can we find a safe spot? Yes. But I can't save until the power comes back on, so might as well do this, I guess. You've got nothing else you can do until it resets. I think the idea would be to go to the exact opposite direction of where I am. And then that would probably give me enough keys, glowing orb keys. Yeah. When I walked through there, I did not really see anything. So I'm just kind of hoping I see some over there. So follow the light. Says there's like 70 of these to collect, so it seems almost obvious that there's some level of darn it. It seems almost obvious that there's some level of extra collectibles that you can get. 69 remaining versus 8 actually needed. So yeah, that might be a way that you get some kind of unlockable, but certainly this is not a game that I'd want to do that with, unless of course they were to give you an easy mode, and then, but that really gets back down to the idea, like, I really don't think you want to play this game in its first original form. Maybe if there's a save file that unlocks an easy mode, at that point it makes sense to play this. But as things are right now, it's just way too much of a frustration mechanic. Frankly, there's a lot of games like that. A lot of games I don't want to play for that very reason. Please don't let anything else. Just barely made that. Honestly, if I could just get the last 8 keys up above instead of going back down, that would be a little bit nicer. But I don't think that's gonna happen. There's like one thing on this level. Just fingers crossed this is it, and then there's maybe a very different kind of boss fight, or something else completely to wrap up the game. Otherwise, you're just gonna run into like bigger areas. Okay.
A few more to go.
Alright, I've got all that are needed. Now it's just a matter of making it to where I need to go. So the question will become, do I want to run for the save, which is somewhere up there, I think, or do I just want to run for the end? If I can make it to this elevator over here without a problem, I'm good. And nobody sees me. We should be perfectly safe now, because there were no enemies in this middle section. So fingers crossed, this takes us to the core of the planet, shows us a cutscene, wraps up the story. We get whatever ending we're gonna get, which at this point, the story's been alright, but it got awkward once we started having a different kind of feeling with the characters. And they kind of stopped giving us backstory and just started giving us interpersonal story. I think that says 5th, so if that was the 5th one, we might be done. Good. And we still are where we were basically at the beginning of the game. Either we're going to bring back this person, or we're going to fail in our goal. Maybe some big revelation. Maybe Gramps shows up. Who knows?
You've been descending for almost 2 hours. 339 kilometers. We're getting close.
We are back to golden opulence with bright colors and a new style of floor. That's nice. It's almost like the floor is the ceiling and vice versa. Please tell me there's no more game. Like, we don't need any more of this. Clearly they didn't QA this with anybody. Well, you'd almost assume that there is more game, unless they just wanted to have that there to... Wow. It's almost like an MC Escher environment. You see people. And we see where we're supposed to go. So let's drop down here, and then there was an achievement for knocking the echoes off a rail 5 times, by the way. I'm almost certainly gonna lose there. Yeah. Alright. So this is maybe a stealth experience, or maybe a shooting experience, although I don't really feel like the shooting experience ever works. Because then they just start shooting at me. And if I had some kind of shielding where I could protect myself from being shot at, that would be interesting, but really don't. Just keep pushing people. Alright, let's go. Alright. Trying to see if there's a way down. Like, now that it's dark, it's really difficult to do anything. Alright. So we have a slow elevator taking us downward even further. I would be very happy if that was the end of the game here. Like, just one final thing. Clearly this game was half finished. Also, we're getting little bits of lag while the elevator is descending, which shows a lack of optimization, because you could have just pre-rendered the whole thing. The descending elevator graphics. Alright, well, it seems like there's more to be done. So, I think we're not at a terribly high risk that there isn't another hour of gameplay. So that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.